Hello troops, Spectre N7 here. So this is going to be stage 0, essentially, of the Hyper-patriot. Now my friends, the Patriot Guild, Commander Aconite over on Twitch, have asked me to put together a blaster for them. Now this is going to be a purely cosmetic build. The blaster is going to be a wall hanger. They've got on the back of shot for Commander Aconite, they've got a couple of other bits and pieces. They've got the Patriot flag that they've had commissioned and a couple of other bits and pieces that various other streamers and content creators have made for them. And they've asked me to put together, an example of my work. So this is going to be the Hyper-patriot. I'm going to take a Hyperfire. It's just going to be, there's going to be no internal upgrades to this. We still want it to be functional, but we're not upgrading the motors or the wiring or anything like that. We're just doing a cosmetic paint job for this. So what I've done first of all is I've taken the blaster down to its component parts. I've removed all the internals and I've separated the shell down into as many bits as I can, all of its little components. This makes spray painting and sanding and everything else a lot easier because I don't have to worry about accidentally spray painting bits the wrong color or getting overspray or anything like that, because I can do individual bits separately. Now this blaster is going to be done up in the Patriot Guild colors, which is white, racing green and kind of silver gunmetal-y. So that's the plan for this. Normally I would start this process once I've got everything apart by sitting down with some sandpaper and going through and keying all of the blasters. You'll notice that, and this is the case of pretty much every Nerf gun, you've got this kind of shiny plastic surface, and that doesn't take paint very well. So what you want to do is just run some very fine sandpaper over it, just to take the edge off the surface, just to give the paint something to key to adhere to. And that it means the blaster's paint job lasts a lot longer, particularly if you are going to be running it around. It's less of a consideration for this, because I say it's going to be a wall hanger, but I want to do the job right. And part of this content is to give an example of the kind of work, the kind of effort that goes into painting a Nerf blaster properly, essentially. Now, obviously you can see we've got the Nerf logos, the Hyperfire Elite and things like that. Those are all going to get taken off mostly with a razor blade and then sanded back to flat. The other thing we're going to be doing with the Hyperfire, it has this surface kind of tiger stripe camo with rough and smooth, and as part of the keying process I'm going to try and smooth all of that out. So we're going to lose a lot of that texture, which we really don't want to do. Well, we do want to do it. I want to kind of smooth everything out so it all looks one kind of uniform thing. And I am potentially going to be looking at adding a light circuit to it as well, so that when you pull the trigger, there's going to be green lights in Patriot green going down the blaster in various orientations. So this is stage 0. Everything's in bits. I've got sanding bits and paper arriving tomorrow via Amazon, and then we'll get started. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on this blaster being put together.